Now, today I have somebody in my gang who is truly an institution of British rock. If you want to speak to the leader of the pack, then you can call in on 0500 404 000. It is, of course, Gary Glitter! Now, for those of you who haven't shared in the Glitter experience, and even for those of you who have, let's see the man in action.
Thank you.
Gary, you're clearly a very shy and retiring person.
I am. Would you, Kirsty, would you do me a favour, please?
What?
Would you hold something that's mine?
Oh, gosh. Okay.
I'm going to lose it, I know I am. Hi, everybody. It's great to be here.
What is a man of your age and your stature? You're 50 now.
Gary Glitter's 27 3/4.
Right.
You have to differentiate between Gary Glitter and Paul Gadd. Paul Gadd is 50.
Right.
Gary Glitter's 27 3/4.
Given that you're at the ripe old age then of 27 3/4, why are you still touring? Why are you still putting yourself through this?
Well, you just saw and heard the audience. I mean, this is the gang, and they need a leader, and that's how we do it. I mean, every Christmas I come up here to Scotland. For 15 years I've been doing that, except this year, actually. I'm going to tell you about that in a minute. But it's an audience, it's family. I mean, I recognise half of these people. This is years. I recognise their children when they come.
You are playing here in December, though.
Oh, yeah, December the 8th.
Right.
The reason why it's been changed is because, you know, show business is a funny thing, and there's a whole new generation that's discovered Gary Glitter in the States. Rock and Roll Part 2, 1 and 2. It's become enormous in the sports arenas, and so there's a TV series that's starting. Now, you know, when Hollywood and that whole mogul thing starts, they said to me, right, okay, Gary, we need you, we need you over here for 2 months, we're going to do the... And I said, hold it. I said, first of all, let's get one thing straight, I'm the leader. And I said, second of all, I always do my tour, and I always play here on Christmas Eve. Anyway, they said, could you do the Christmas week there, because they could get everybody together.
Right.
And so we changed to December the 8th at the SECC this year. And I mean, it's going to be fantastic, because really, we usually do 3 nights at the SECC. This time, because we've got the big hall, so everybody could be there together, so it'll be amazing. And I'm looking forward to it immensely.
Before we finish, can I get a word in edgeways? You are...
I'm sorry.
Now, you're a man with a reputation, let's be honest. With the ladies, Gary. You like the ladies.
I do, very much.
Are all the stories true, then?
Well, I reckon. I haven't heard all the stories. Not entirely, but every time I hear one, I say, yeah, that sounds like me.
What about...
What do you think, anyway? Do you think they're true?
Meeting you in the flesh, I would say they probably are true. Yes, when I read them on paper, I didn't believe it.
You know how to make a young boy happy.
The parties, you know, the parties at the 12-bedroom mansion with the marble floors imported from Italy and the champagne and the girls. I mean, you were the rock and roll legend who really went over the score with all of that. You lived that life to the full.
Yes, I did. I mean, it was... I think it all went to my head a little bit at that time, because, you know, everybody was saying, oh, you know, here's the king of glam, you know, And so I was leading the rock and roll glamorous lifestyle off stage. I mean, nowadays I'm totally on stage, and I've given up the drinking, the booze. I'm afraid I can't give up the womanizing. But it was a fantastic period. I mean, you know, most rock and rollers at that period in time were, they believed they had to have the big mansion, and I mean, who needs 10 or 15 bedrooms? You know, unless you're lucky enough to have loads of kids, you know, and I mean, you don't really need it.
But you said it was amazing and that you really enjoyed it, but I mean, it got the better of you. How bad did it get with the booze and the drugs?
You know, you get a whole load of business people who are working with you and everything, telling you, you know, you're a multi-millionaire and this, that, and the other, and you know, you never seem to have any money, and you're just charging everything. And really, from 1962 to 72, 1972 rather to 78, I hardly stopped. I mean, I was, you know, twice in 1 week I went to Australia. I was back to do Top of the Pops. It was pre-video time, so the workload was enormous. And you've got this entourage, and it was great. And I mean, you know, mustn't knock it. And then I was in New Zealand, actually, doing the Rocky Horror Show, my first acting experience. And I got this message, say you're bankrupt. Now, really, you know, after you leave England and they say you're a rich man, and then they say you're bankrupt, and it was as far away as Britain as you could possibly get, I went, oh. So I came back, faced the music, and I didn't owe the money. And I must tell you that. I did not owe the money. It was just I wasn't doing the bookkeeper. I wasn't taking care of the business. Right. Came back, and the most wonderful thing happened out of that. I went and played the university circuit. I played at every university in the country, played up here loads of times. And you know, and that's where my audience was. They'd all left Top of the Pops and they'd gone to the university.
But you paid the tax man all that he owes. But I hear that there's one bill you haven't paid. You haven't paid that 60 quid to the tandoori in the Fulham Road that you owed. How come you didn't pay? That's a bizarre story.
I know. I don't know how that happened. But the Indian gentleman fronted up and they said, yeah, you owe the tandoori. And I still owe them 60 quid, I think.
And you're still going in there?
Yeah,
and they still serve you? I'm sure they wouldn't serve me. The audience are dying to talk to you. They're all glitter mad. So let's go to them now and let's get a few questions. We've got a question from this guy here. What would you like to ask?
I would like to ask him, I see the acoustic guitar sitting beside you, Gary, and hopefully, well, it's really a question, are you going to be unplugged in the future?
You're going to do an unplugged album?
Well, it could be. This could be the start of something. I mean, I've got to tell you, I'm useless without drums. So, I mean, I'm going to sing in a minute, and I do expect you to play the drums.
I dropped it. This gentleman here has got a great question. We were talking before Gary came in. What's your question?
Yeah, well, a few years ago I did an impersonation of you on stage.
Can you still do it?
Yeah, but I need to
It's all in the eyes, all in the eyes.
Yeah, the eyebrows, face. And that lasted for 5 minutes, and I was absolutely shattered when I finished. How did you last for the length of time you do on stage? Because it's awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you. Well, I'm a tourist, the bull. I'm like a bull in a china shop. Are you a tourist too? So how come you can't last as long as me? But I go training. I mean, last week Sunday I went running, I did 10 miles. Monday I did 10 miles. Tuesday I did 8. Then I went to the gym for 3. So, I mean, I work at it now. I really do work at it. And it gets better. But I think it's the audience to sustain me on that. I mean, let's face it, anybody who's been to the concert, right, know that you do the singing more than I do. I'm a good poser, though.
Right, that was a nice link. You must have known you're going to sing for us now, right?
Well, you got the plecky.
Yeah, well, you can have it. There you go. You're going to sing. What are you going to sing for us?
Well, I reckon I'd like to sing the song that started it all off for us, actually, 1972.
Right.
And you can stand up if you want.
No, you can't.
Yes, you can. But you've got to sing it with me, because there's no way. I mean, this is you know, yeah. Eric Clapton is not going to quake. Just stretch your voices a little bit. I want you to join in, okay? Hey! Not bad. That first, okay, here we go. Rock and roll, rock.
rock-a-roll, 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 rock. Come on, sing up, Kirsty. Rock-a-roll, rock-a-roll, rock-a-roll. Can you still recall in the jukebox hall when the music played and the world span round to a brand new sound, those far-off days? In their blue suede shoes, they would scream and shout as they sang the blues. They all hang on. Rock and roll, 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 rock and roll. Sing up now. Rock, rock and roll, rock and roll. Rock and roll, rock, rock and roll, rock.
The greatest singing voices in the world come from Scotland.
Yeah, they do.
From Glasgow. It's true. It's
you know,
true.
you really outshone me in that suit. I went all glam rock today with big lapels and everything.
That's
and I feel
nice.
like
I like that.
It's not as good
it
as you, though.
Good. I like black. That's the, you know, if I'm not wearing silver, I like black.
Right. Where do you get your gear from? Who makes your gear?
Lawrence Easton has been my designer, or works with me for about 20 years now.
Right. Okay.
He's sensational. In fact, if you want to see him working with me, we're doing the clothes show in a couple of weeks' time.
You've already plugged the gig. Okay, we're going to hear the man make some more music after the break, and remember that you can speak to Gary on 0500 404 000. Back in a minute. Thank you. It's chaos in here. I don't know who let this guy into the studio. You can speak to Gary Glitter live on The Kirsty Show on 0500 404 000. Irene has called in. Hi, Irene.
Hi.
Hi, what would you like to say to Gary?
I want to ask Gary what made him change his name from Pal Dad to Gary Glitter.
Oh,
that's a good... Hello, Irene. How are you? Where do you live?
I live in Glasgow, Rutherglen.
Oh, good. Are you coming to the concert this year on December the 8th?
I don't know.
Wait,
I think this might be too much for Irene, actually. I don't think
anyway, I changed my name because I've been singing from the age of 15. I made my first record, and the record company changed it to Paul Raven, and then I tried out a few other names like Rubber Bucket, and nothing was happening for me. I changed my name to Gary Glitter, and I'm afraid you're stuck with it now.
Gary, is it true that you were going to be called Terry Tinsel or Vicky Vomit?
Well, those were on my list.
Why?
In fact, they were on my list, and I'm going to be doing those characters in my TV show from the States.
Right.
Yeah.
Right, okay. Plug. You are shameless. You're a shameless man. That's why you just come on here and you're exploiting the whole opportunity. And we've got another call on the line. Yeah, we do. We have another caller. Hi, Tom. Are you there?
Yeah, hi.
Hi, Tom. What would you like to say to Gary Glitter?
I'd just like to know if Gary thinks there any special reason why his shows have been so good over the years when other bands that started in the same era
right.
fallen away.
Can I just mention the shows, they kind of fell away and you weren't doing many live shows, and then you supported Rod Stewart at
Ibrox Park. That was the biggest turning point
what
for
happened
me.
there?
Well, I mean, after we did the university circuit, like I said, and you know, it was like started off as nostalgia, and then everybody went beyond nostalgia. And the day I did Ibrox Park, it was a beautiful sunny day, and it was wonderful. And there were, you know, some of the biggest people in the rock business there as well. I mean, the audience were just fantastic. And they endorsed, they basically said, Gary, this is where you belong, in the stadium, in the arena. And as I walked off the stage, there were some of the biggest people in the business going, yeah.
Great.
You know,
We've got some more questions. What would you like to... Are you a fan?
Yes.
Right. How did I guess? What would you like to ask?
I want to know if he's come back to Glasgow next Christmas Eve.
Right, next Christmas Eve, can we?
I reckon, yeah. I mean, there's no reason why I shouldn't. I mean, you know, I did Barrowlands for 5 years. Were you there? I did SECC. And I mean, it wasn't just Christmas Eve. You know, we were backed up for nearly the whole week. And I always did my Christmas shopping here. I know exactly where to go.
Would you like to ask a question?
Yeah, I'd just like to ask you, Gary, how you felt when you were at Ibrox and Rod Stewart get booed off?
Oh,
He
did
didn't.
he?
Yeah,
no,
he
no.
did.
No, he didn't.
He did.
Well, maybe.
Let's not start a
Maybe I had
fight.
no. Maybe I had a
Gary
proportion.
back on, and
No.
that's
Yeah,
when
I
I
think that.
started becoming a fan of Gary Glitter.
Oh, well, that's lovely.
You
Thank
stand up for your,
But
old mate,
I
Rod.
would like to say, I really would like to say that Rod did me a great favour, and he turned around and he said on Steve Wright in the afternoon, because I remember hearing it. He said, "I've asked Gary to support me because Rod said to me, phoned me personally, and he said, I really want to make the best show you've ever seen in Glasgow." He said, "I've asked you to come and do it," and I was absolutely thrilled. And I went on. Steve Wright in the afternoon, and he said, "Gary is a really hard man to follow." And I thought, that's right, I'm going to show him. You know, and he was so good, and I can't thank him enough. Rod Stewart is, you know, one of my best friends, and I really love the man. He helped me no end. I just happened to have had a lot of fans in the audience. I think I surprised everybody else. Thank you.
Gary, you...
I'm holding a plecky, that's why.
You're holding a plecky. Your kids now are in their, what, late 20s, around about that age. What do they make of their dad still doing this?
Well, they seem to think I'm a bit eccentric, but I don't know why.
That's an odd one, isn't it?
No, they're very proud of me, and I'm extremely proud of them.
One of the things you did that brought you back to the forefront of many people's minds was you did the Heinz advert with the shoulders to the door, and you did the British Rail advert with a big tub of
and the cream and the cucumber.
Yeah, right. Why did you do this? Because a lot of people might have said, you know, you were sending yourself up so much that you were taking a big risk doing those ads.
I don't think I was taking a risk. I mean, I think rock and roll was about fun, you know, and it was one element, and everybody was running around having facelifts and all that, and I thought, well, you know, I'll try a jar of cream first. It's a bit cheaper and less painful. And, you know, you see all these recipes. And the other thing is that I'm not a sex symbol.
Oh, where you go.
No, really, I'm not.
You can sit down, it's all right.
I'm not. And so by acknowledging that, you know, like short legs, so I have to wear platforms, right, to get up there, and all these different things, there was no competition.
You're going to sing another song now, are you?
Would you like me to?
I would love you to. Would you like him to?
Well, yeah, I'd love to. A lot of people, you know, asked me once where I got the song. Do you remember Me This Way? Yeah. And I don't generally do very gentle ones, but it came after, it came after I Love You, Love Me, Love, didn't it? And that was a hard one to follow,
sure.
and that was still kind of rocky. And so I remembered a song that really inspired me, and I'd like to sing the song that inspired me, and then I'll do a little bit of Remember Me This Way, but I need your help.
Not to sing, I hope.
No, well, you can sing if you like. I know you're a very good singer. I would like you, right, just to pretend. Can you play pretend?
Of course.
Right. First of all, just take this rose in your hand.
Thank you.
And come a little bit closer.
Right.
I'd like to sing this to you.
Okay.
And it's easy, it gets me in the mood.
We're very close.
You're so young and beautiful, and I love you so. Your lips so red, your eyes that shine, shame the stars aglow. So fill these lonely arms of mine and kiss me tenderly. Then you'll be forever young and beautiful too. Thank you.
Thank you.
So that inspired a bit of this song. This song came. Remember this? I can't conceal the way I feel It's time for me to go. Hold it, I'm still the leader. Don't ask me why. That's enough of that.
Yes.
That's too smart.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We're going to take some more calls. I think George is calling from Glasgow. Hi, George.
Hello, my big sister's on the show, and I was wondering, did you give her a kiss?
Sorry,
I missed that.
who's on the show? Who did you say, George? Who's on the show?
My big sister.
Your big sister, right? Can we find George's big... Is it George?
And Sloane.
No, who's George's real big sister?
And Sloane.
Anne Sloane. Anne, come on down.
Well, she got to get back and have a
No,
tea.
she can come down because you
Oh,
don't
right,
like
come down.
Come down, give him a kiss. Are you not? Are you not?
Yes, kissing you on. No.
Come, okay, you can get the kiss after the show because she's been very bashful. But she really wants a kiss, we know that. Yeah. Right, we'll get it after the show. Is
So
that
do
okay?
I. I need one now.
I hear that you sail.
Yeah,
That's a very
that's
odd
my
thing.
major hobby.
That's a weird thing for Gary Glitter to do, to sail. I mean, presumably you don't sail in the Silver Suit.
Well, no, but there's some great bits of braid you can get around the Admiral jackets and all that, and great hats, and it's a bit like, you know, the thing is that I've got a rather loud voice, right? And so I can practice out there. I can stand out there on the bridge. You can shout your head off, and it's just a wonderful way to relax. So I did this year. I did my first solo across the Atlantic, across the English Channel to Guernsey and back, and it was a great thrill. Just being out there on your own, wonderful.
We'll take another call. Kate is calling from Glasgow. Hi, Kate.
Hello.
What would you like to ask Gary Glitter?
First of all, I'd just like to say the girls in Kinnan Park Nursery are having a Halloween karaoke tonight, so feel free, Gary, to put in a review.
No, I'm sorry, he's doing something actually tonight. Sorry.
The song I Love You Love Me Love, is there any chance of you singing that at your concert on the 8th of December?
Which one?
We're all clear now that the concert is in fact on the 8th of December. I Love You Love Me Love. You'll be singing that?
Yeah, yeah.
How could you miss it?
I mean, I'm not going to miss doing... Hi, how you doing? She's still there?
I don't know.
Anyway,
Hi.
I do. Everybody knows here. I always do the big hits. I mean, that's one of the important things, because the bigger the arena, if you're standing there, that's what people come to see. And that's what I like to go and see when I go and see any of the people I like.
One last question. When you're wearing crepe soles today, but when are you going to hang up the platforms in the crepe sole shoes? When are you going to say, I'm calling it a day, I've had enough?
About a minute. No, seriously. I mean, as long as there's an audience out there, as long as the gang need a leader, I think I'll keep the job.
What do you think? Can I have a go of those specs? Can I have a go of the specs? Gary Glitter, thank you very, very, very much. I've been dying to try these on for coming along. You've been fabulous. You've been a great guest. You've been great fun. The party's going to continue. Sorry that the viewers at home have to go, but we're going to carry on enjoying ourselves.
Absolutely.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.